Billy, this is undoubtedly the most important fight in Victor Lupo's career. A victory here would propel him to new ranks, one would assume.
Most definitely, beating a former world champion. Junior Witter is very, very tricky, very, very awkward. He's had a lot of world-class experience, being a former world champion himself.
What about the move up to welterweight? Do you think that will diminish his power or perhaps his stamina?
It won't diminish his stamina. If anything, it'll be his age and his ring rust. He hasn't fought in a year and a half. But he's very tricky, and he has to weather the storm early, and then he should go on and outbox Victor. But from what I hear, Victor's been training really hard. He's in good shape. He looks good, and he knows it's do or die for him.
Well, in his corner, of course, Chris Johnson, we mentioned his trainer, and the Canadian kid, Steve Molitor, all watching the action from his corner. And Corey, this might be a story of Victor Lupo, the brawler, versus Victor Lupo, the boxer, with two very different results in this fight.
Well, that's exactly it. And you know, you're looking to see if Victor Lupo is going to be tight out there. I wonder what role nerves are going to play in this bout. This is undoubtedly the biggest bout of Victor Lupo's career.
And we got some action right there. He landed a shot right on the chin. Didn't seem to phase Junior, as both of them are now clenched up. Referee will separate.
It's undoubtedly the biggest bout of Lupo's career, but for Witter, you know, he's used to fighting in front of sold-out crowds in England. He's been in there with the best. Will he take this fight as seriously as he needs to? And for Lupo, is he going to be too uptight in there? We're going to find out.
Junior, the hitter Witter, former champion at 140 pounds, moving up to 147.
You know, we're seeing Witter as a southpaw right now, but frequently he is going to switch. They call him the hitter, and he's a switch hitter. You're going to see him switch when he wants to. Junior Witter switches to find openings, not because of anything his opponent is doing. You're going to see him try to lead the charge here against Lupo as best he can.
Junior Witter has more knockout wins on his resume than Victor Lupo has total fights.
Junior goes back and forth, southpaw, orthodox. He knows how to relax, knows how to take his time, he knows how to win the rounds. Victor just has to pressure and wear him down, and just don't let the switching style and the awkwardness of Junior, you know, befuddle him. Just keep pressuring this guy.
Well, the problem for pressure fighters against Junior Witter has always been the fact that he has power in both hands. And there you see a strong right hand as Lupo falls in. There's no angle, there's no direction that you can take that's going to prevent you from getting hit when you're in there with Witter.
He's tricky. Knows how to control the ring, the whole ring.
Junior Witter very happy right now to be circling on the outside, constantly changing from clockwise to counterclockwise, changing stances along the way. Victor Lupo seems to be weathering the storm so far in terms of not being frustrated as we count down the final 10 seconds of round number 1. Lupo seemed to be just as calm as Junior Witter in that round. I didn't see any sort of frustration thus far, right, Corey?
Yeah, I mean, it seemed the final minute for Witter, he started to calm down, and you're going to see Junior Witter start slow very often. That's not particularly surprising, and he has 9 more rounds to figure it out. You know, Lupo seemed a little bit uptight. And seemed like he was hesitant to get his hands off just a little bit. Let's take a look at a replay.
So take a look at this one more time, Billy. It seemed as though Junior was very happy to be on the outside and was picking his shots.
Yeah, he controlled it. He wasn't no danger. But you know, it's still early, and Victor has to keep applying the pressure. Work the body, slow Junior down. And I'm sure that's what Chris is telling him in the corner. You got to cut off the ring, wear this guy down, chop him down, slow him down.
Meanwhile, what do you think Junior's corner is saying?
Do what you're doing. Switch, orthodox, southpaw, use the ring, befuddle him, tie him up when you're on the ropes. Do what you're doing.
So safe to say then that was a 10-9 round for Junior?
For me, it was 10-9 Junior.
Yeah, I would have it the same way. And as I mentioned, for Lupo, there's a good left hand from him. But other than that, Lupo's problem has always been, can he punch before he gets on the inside? Can he punch before he holds?
Well, Junior looks more comfortable right now as he's throwing more shots in the early stages of this second round. Victor Lupo a little bit more apprehensive. Junior's not circling the ring as he was in the first round. Not as much, as both men look to be sizing each other up in a standing position. The referee will separate the two men. back to the motion goes Junior Witter. It looks like Junior got caught there for a split second before curling up into safety. At what point, Billy, would age start to play a factor in this kind of fight?
Well, normally they say later on in the fight, but you know, the whole thing is a matter of how he's taking care of himself outside of the ring. You know, I don't know what he does. I don't know how he lives his life, because age is really just a number, especially now. 37 is nothing. If you're looking after yourself, you know, you're doing your road work, getting your sleep, you haven't had many wars, which he hasn't, he should be fine. 37 is not a big deal at this time.
Which is a bit uncommon, because for athletic fighters, they tend to go downhill sooner because that athleticism fades very quickly, and those gifts that you relied upon go away. But Witter, as you mentioned, hasn't taken a lot of punishment through his career, and last time out looked just as mobile as he ever has.
And he's always been a good boxer, very good defensively.
Victor Lupo, a native of Romania, now calling Canada home here in the Toronto area. Junior Witter came to us from across the pond in England.
Junior's looking for that right uppercut. When Victor comes in, he's looking to set him up.
And that's only made possible because Lupo's coming in and not punching. Right now, everything seems to be playing into Junior Witter's hands. If it's on the outside,
he's controlling it.
He's controlling it, and he's going to wait and wait and wait.
And on the inside,
Lupo's just not doing anything.
Seems as though he's happy to try and frustrate Lupo. The first round, Lupo was calm and poised, but it looks as though, as the later round surface, Witter is assuming that Lupo will begin to get more frustrated.
Because Junior's tired. See how he's tying him up on the inside, hitting on the break real quick before the referee has a chance to say anything. And on the outside, he's going to box, control it. Now he knows the last 10 seconds he's going to try to steal something.
5 seconds to go in round number 2. Another pensive round for both men. Lupo seemed to be engaging in the action a little bit more than round number 1, Billy, but it's the same game plan for Junior in round 1 as round 2.
Same thing. Victor's got to just keep applying the pressure. I'm going to try to see what Chris is saying in the corner. Probably just going to be saying just apply more pressure, cut off the ring, work the body.
Let's take a look at some replays from this round, Corey, as we'll see the same game plan was executed by Junior Witter. Lupo did get some shots in.
He did, but again, if he continues coming in and not giving Witter anything to worry about except the hold on the inside, he's going to continue getting caught, and that was the story throughout round 2. You know, Junior Witter has always been a very, you mentioned it, a very pensive fighter. He's always looking to pick his spots, and even more so, I mentioned he has bigger fights on the horizon. He's not going to take any chances. He never did, but even more so this time out.
When I spoke with Junior Witter earlier this week, I asked him, is it difficult for you to not gloss over an opponent like Victor Lupo, having been in the ring with the likes of Timothy Bradley and Devin Alexander, Zab Judah, and the like? And he said, absolutely not. This is a man much like those that is trying to take my head off, and I need to be in the game 100%. But Billy, do you agree with that? Do you think that maybe Junior is not taking it as seriously as he should?
No, I'm just going by my own experience. If you have a year and a half off and you're looking to get back in and make a step, you don't care who your opponent is. You're going to be in the best possible shape you can be in. You're going to be hungry and motivated, and you know when you lose, if you lose, he's yesterday's news. So this is a fight that he has to win and has to look impressive in doing so.
And not to mention that extra 7 pounds that he didn't have to lose in training camp.
He's going to be strong.
He's going to be stronger, and it gave him an opportunity probably to train in different ways.
And not have to concentrate on losing the weight.
Exactly.
That's right, making his welterweight debut. Junior Witter, both men happy.
You know, this is very, very frustrating for Victor. But he can't get frustrated. He has to just be calm and just apply the pressure. Just keep throwing punches. Don't be frustrated.
Is it a quantity over quality situation that we
has to
from
be
Victor Lupo?
It has to be, yes. At least, and when he's there like that, pretend like you're punching, because the referee's going to say, hey, buddy, stop holding him. Make the effort. Show that you're trying to engage him.
You saw a moment ago there, guys, Junior Witter just sort of measuring him with that jab, just sticking his arm out and sort of finding him. you can't do that if a fighter is throwing punches. You shouldn't be able to do that.
Nope.
Victor Lupo throwing 1, 2, 3 shots before getting clinched by Junior Witter in this round. Junior Witter not circling the ring like he was in round 1 and 2, happy to engage in the clinch, perhaps the next stage in frustration or frustrating his opponent.
See, right now Victor should be throwing right hands to the body. Just keep throwing punches. He can't wait. Just got to keep applying pressure, keep inching forward.
Witter right now basically landing at will because he has nothing to worry about.
Well, he has nothing to worry about. It's not even that he's landing. It's that he's doing more than Victor. Like he's actually throwing the punches. They're getting tied up and he's holding. But it looks like he's doing more.
About 10 seconds left to go in round number 3. This has been a clinch game in round 3. Junior Witter less active in this round as both men go to their corners, and Chris Johnson was yelling throughout that round exactly what you were saying, Billy, to throw more punches, just make it quantity, and he seems to be a little frustrated.
Like my old trainer would say, do something even if it's wrong. Do something, like show the judges that you want to win the fight. Don't just wait until Junior throws a couple punches, then do something and clinch. No, you have. This guy's world class. You've got to stay on him. You got to keep throwing punches.
Let's face it, guys. Victor Lupo doesn't have the boxing skill to keep up with Junior Witter if he keeps doing
course
stuff like
not.
that.
As we take a look at the highlights here, Corey, you'll see, I mean, right now Victor Lupo is getting 1-2 shots off, but then the clinch comes just as soon as he throws that second punch.
And none are landing flush whatsoever because, Witter is always leaning back. He can see those punches. He's been in there with better, and he's reading him like a book right now.
Into the 4th round goes this fight. Victor Lupo taking on Junior Witter. WBC Silver Intercontinental Championship is on the line. Canadian Welterweight Championship title implications as well, as both men are now being spoken to. Junior Witter getting a warning there for excessive holding, perhaps stemming from his antics in round number 3. As we see more of the same in this round as we saw in round 3.
That's it. Right, see how he's throwing rights to the body. Just continue to do so.
Junior Witter isn't going to be fazed by any of this.
No.
He's very strong mentally. He had that early loss in his career in 2000 when he lost to Zab Judah. Probably took that fight a little bit prematurely, jumping up to a world title fight. And years later, he came back to win a world title. His confidence is basically infallible.
You hear Chris in the corner, step up. He wants him to keep applying the pressure. He can't stop. He's got to continuously go forward. Forward, work the body. You can hear Chris in the corner yelling. I'd be saying the same thing.
Well, it isn't exactly the same circumstance given the age Zab Judah was when Junior Witter fought him, but Victor Lupo's in a similar situation right now where he's fighting the toughest test of his career, a worldly challenger in Junior Witter at the moment.
And really, there's nothing that you can do necessarily to prepare yourself for a Junior Witter. He's a pretty unique fighter. He's what the British boxing fans like to call a negative fighter. He's a spoiler. There aren't too many guys that you're going to find to bring in for sparring that are going to get you ready for this fight. But still, there are elementary things that you can do to make your night a little bit easier.
Yeah, there is. It's just when you're in there, it's very frustrating fighting an opponent like him. As soon as you get inside, he holds.
Well, Victor
and then
Lupo,
he holds and clinches and punches, little punches, and it looks like he's doing something. See what he's doing there? It looks like he's being busy, so the referee's not going to warn him. But it's very frustrating, but he just have to keep applying the pressure. And, like...
Well, constantly the mental aspect of boxing is coming into play in this fight as Junior Witter tries to continually frustrate Victor Lupo.
And is doing so.
And do you feel that way, Billy? Do you feel that Victor's getting more frustrated as these rounds go by?
It looks like it to me.
His corner's getting frustrated.
Oh, definitely.
Chris Johnson
he looks like he's trying to apply more pressure. He's trying to throw more punches before falling in on the inside. That was good left hooks to the body. Just got to keep going. Work him. He's got to wear Junior down. You got to break these guys down.
And it's not optically pleasing, but you have to appreciate the boxing IQ of Junior Witter, because everything that he's doing, he's clearly thinking in there. And again, the athleticism. You don't often find athletes, especially at 140, that are going to move around the ring like this.
And the thing is, he knows what he has and what he doesn't have. And he's using what he has to win the fight.
Seconds to go in round number 4.
A little better round for Victor. He still lost, but a little better of a round.
Again, the fact that Junior Witter hasn't really had to switch between southpaw and orthodox in the middle of a round really means that Lupo hasn't given him anything to think about. He doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have to look for openings. He's finding them at will.
Billy, going into round 5, how do you have this fight?
4-0, Junior. What Victor has to do is hurt him. He has to. Right now, Junior has no respect for Victor's power. He's just, I mean, he's not landing anything like anything solid. Nothing's really clean, but there's enough there to frustrating him and to win the rounds.
As we take a look at the replays from round number 4, Corey, talk us through them and also tell us, did Victor show any signs of this fight changing for his favor?
Well, I think the fact that he's showing frustration means he knows something is wrong. It's whether or not he can figure out what is wrong and whether or not he even has it in his skill set to correct the mistakes that have been going on through 4 rounds. We're going to find out, but Junior Witter is so adaptable that even if Lupo changes what he's doing, there's no telling that it'll actually be effective.
That was the closest round so far. Victor's getting a little closer. He's almost there.
It looks like
just keep punching.
Keeping busy is the name of the game for Victor Lupo, and it looks as though, Billy, to be fair, it seems like he's getting busier and busier each round.
Yes, exactly.
We're in the 5th round right now, this scheduled 10-round affair. The WBC Silver Intercontinental Championship on the line. Victor Lupo now stalking forward, trying to cut the ring off. Is Junior Witter happy to continue in the clinch?
Witter's corner right now asking him to snap the jab. Maybe they're getting a little tired of the clinching as well.
Victor Lupo wearing the red trunks with white trim. Junior Witter with the Jamaican and English flags on his trunks.
The same trunks he wore against Timothy Bradley. Another very rough fighter on the inside. Except Bradley happened to get the best of him that night.
Nice shot there by Victor Lupo in the clinch.
And the Bradley fight as well, that's proof that even if you hurt Junior Witter, he's going to find a way back in. Bradley floored him in the 6th round, and he still kept it close on those scorecards. In fact, if it weren't for that knockdown, if he would have won the 6th round, we would have an entirely different landscape at 140 pounds right now, because Junior Witter would have won a split decision.
Nevertheless, Junior Witter has decided to move up to welterweight, 147 pounds. Here he is in his very first outing in that weight class at the Hershey Center in Mississauga. As Victor Lupo now trying to unload. And Junior Witter leaning forward, and Victor Lupo trying to continue with the action.
And I'm sure that part of Witter's mentality when it comes to moving up to 147 is just to give himself more options. You know that he's going to look for one more big fight, one more big payday. And if you have 2 divisions to choose from, the chances of that happening increase incrementally.
Billy, that flurry we just saw from Victor Lupo, did that give him any extra confidence, you think?
He's winning this round right now, doing what he's doing. He has to keep applying the pressure, keep throwing punches, and when they're holding, keep punching. Don't let Junior get off at all. Keep straight right in. It's like that, exactly. Just like that.
Nice right hand as Junior Witter hits the canvas, but the referee will not deem that a knockdown.
It was a good shot, though. It was a good, he hit him. Warning for back of the head. What is this?
I think he's going to get warned for a push.
It looks as though he was dragged to the ground by Lupo in that exchange, and so he will be warned. A point will not be deducted, however. So
more overhand rights, it's got to be more overhand rights for Victor.
As this round comes to a close, and this was perhaps Victor Lupo's most impressive round of the fight.
Yep. He won that round. He did land that overhand right. I think the momentum and a little bit of a push as he hit him, knocked him down, but he did land that right hand. That was his best round so far.
Yeah, a little bit of a confidence booster for Victor Lupo, but he was certainly eating some flush shots in this round as well, as we take a look at the replay here coming up. Here we're going to see Witter having a lot of success with short left hands. You see, when Lupo's coming in, he tends to lean to his left just a little bit, and he's giving Junior Witter a lot of openings. You see it there once again. And there's where the push happens. You know, when he got up, you could tell, Billy, that it wasn't the face of a fighter that was shaken up in any way. His legs were there. There wasn't really any issue after that right hand. But again, a good confidence booster for Lupo, who maybe finds a weapon that he can go to in the coming rounds.
He has to. He lost the first 4 rounds. He needs this now. Keep doing the same thing.
Here in the 6th round in this championship fight, our first of 3 tonight here on Rogers TV inside the Hershey Center. Ardo Cal calling the action alongside Corey Erdman and Billy the Kid Irwin.
That's what he's got to do. Keep working, yes.
Continues to work the action.
Well, he has to give himself distance because he's clearly not going to win at range from here. He's not going to outland Junior Witter from there. He's too quick. Where he can land is on the inside, but he has to push off and avoid getting tied up. That's where he can do some damage to the body.
It's those in-between type of punches, not on the outside, not on the inside, as you're going into the inside. Slipping the jab, throwing the right hand like, as you're coming in. He's got to punch as he's coming in. Because once he's inside, that's what's going to happen. He's going to get held on.
And really, that's the ring intelligence of Junior Witter. He makes you fight your fight from right there.
100%.
And he makes you win a battle of athleticism. And there aren't too many guys that can cut off the ring against a guy as mobile as Junior Witter.
To be fair, though, Victor Lupo has been doing that very well in the last couple of rounds, resulting in Billy's scorecard anyway, a win in the last round, in round number 5. So,
and he's doing the right thing in this round.
And there he goes again, a couple of short shots right there.
Wear him down.
As Victor Lupo continues to try and press the action, Junior Witter is got the old bag of tricks circling the ring and the clinch. And Victor Lupo almost a big shot right there.
And we're in the 6th round now. A 1.5 year layoff. Might be taking his toll now.
Definitely in the second half of this fight. Junior Witter, 38 years of age. Pardon me, 36 years of age. Lots of fights under his belt. 37, 3-2 is his record. 22 wins by way of knockout. Victor Lupo, though, continually caught in those clinches. A couple of punches as the referee was trying to separate the two men. And they will be warned about that and reprimanded.
Now, this is the 3rd time we've seen them reprimanded, but Billy, if Lupo were to jab his way onto the inside, that would actually prevent Witter from, it would give him nothing to hook onto on the way in.
As you're coming in, throw the hard jab, hard 1-2s.
Lupo very...
The referee just said, next time you're holding, a point taken away. That right there.
Big shot there by Lupo, lands the right hand to the side of Witter's head.
See, he's going to get a point. He's going to get a point taken away. It's going to come soon because he's holding.
10 seconds to go in round number 6 as it looks like Witter gets wrestled down to the canvas, and that will be waved off as a knockdown, though the crowd goes wild here in the Hershey Center. It will not be counted as a knockdown. But still, the warning was there for Junior Witter in the holding capacity. He was warned for holding, and he'll get a point deducted next time. And the holding continues, Billy.
Getting tired. He's getting tired.
Witter's footwork looked very erratic at the end of the round there. You have to wonder whether he was staggered or whether he was getting tired, but he looked a little out of sorts in the final 20 seconds.
The ring rust and the pressure starting to get to him. I don't think he was hurt, but the pressure is getting to him.
It's no secret that when fighters get that added 7 pounds, as it is in this case, you can either use that to your advantage in the ring, or
as we take a look at the replay, here in this round, Corey.
Yeah, we see the inside work, and we mentioned that maybe Junior Witter is getting tired. He hasn't been able to hold on. Lupo's been able to give himself a little more distance in the interim. And there you see Witter falling to the canvas, and that really wasn't a result of any sort of tripping. He sort of fell over, it looked maybe from exhaustion. And as I was saying, that added 7 pounds, you can use that to your advantage in the gym, or, you can come in soft. And I'm not going to say that the physique of Junior Witter is anything but chiseled. He's clearly in good shape, but it's those few pounds that can make the difference in boxing.
7th round underway, scheduled 10-round bout.
Nice right hand to the body Victor just landed.
Victor seems to land a good punch to open the last 4 rounds, Billy. Who did you give round number 6 to?
Victor. He has the momentum now. Just can't stop. Just keep advancing, keep pressuring, and punch when like that. Just keep punching.
Junior Witter, though, landing a nice counter punch right there as Lupo was coming in.
Witter, you can see even breathing through his mouth a little bit. This is an odd turn of events for a guy that's usually so athletically gifted. Stamina never really been an issue for him. And, you know, looking back through his career at all, suddenly we're seeing those effects.
I personally don't think it has anything to do with age or the weight, but the long layoff.
A year and a half.
By my experience.
Why don't you talk to us about that experience? I mean, a long layoff like that, how much does it truly affect somebody's performance?
It affects you. Sure, it affects you. You feel rusty. You don't feel like you're in the best shape that you were before. You got hit with a nice right hand there. I think the weight and the age is, you know, sure it plays a little bit into it, but it's more so the long layoff. But you know what? Victor's really applying the pressure now.
Well, the other 2 factors can't hurt the cause in terms of him being tired in these later rounds. Junior Witter not moving around with the same tenacity that he has in the earlier rounds. So far, Billy, in your scorecard, you have it 4 rounds to 2 for Junior. But Victor Lupo pressing the action here in these later rounds, Corey.
Yeah, and Witter now with his hands down at his waist as well, which isn't unusual, but you know, you have to try to read into it a little bit. Why is he doing that? Is he looking for openings? Is he tired? Junior Witter's not the easiest fighter to figure out if you're his opponent or if you're a commentator, so we could be completely wrong, but a lot of signs of fatigue right here for Junior Witter. A very slow round for him.
Definitely. Doesn't look very well now.
Both men still clenching. Lots of holding and grabbing in this contest, still in the 7th round. One common theme in this fight across every round has been that. And again, Junior Witter.
Witter got hit to the body while he was on the canvas, guys. I don't know if anyone noticed that.
We did see that as both knees were on the ground. Victor Lupo did throw a left to the body.
And that's a rather vulnerable spot to be taking a left hook from.
But Victor Lupo pressing the action now, pushing his opponent towards the ropes, and he lands a big right hand right there as the crowd goes wild, and Victor Lupo trying to continue to press the action. Junior Witter trying to evade. As the bell sounds and this one ends, and Victor Lupo ends it with a flurry, Billy.
Yeah, definitely won that round, stole it in the end.
That's as good of a
he looks exhausted.
That's as good of a round as Victor Lupo is going to have against Junior Witter. He has to continue doing everything that he did in that.
Definitely. Keep applying the pressure.
And coming into this fight, guys, Junior Witter was as wide as a 1-16 favorite in this bout.
As we take a look at the replay one more time, Victor Lupo, Corey, pressing the action, and he finally took away the armor of Junior Witter.
Well, the difference is that he's throwing on the way in. He was trying to find himself and trying to establish position on the inside, and he found that he was getting tied up. We mentioned during this round, maybe he has to jab his way in. Well, he found something with that lead right, and he found a home for it, and he managed to get off a few good flurries, and I don't think there's any question that he won that round on anyone's good.
Slowly but surely, Victor Lupo seems to be getting back into this fight, and you can see it on his face, the smile before the start of this 8th round. His confidence seems to be at an all-time high in this fight, Billy.
Definitely. Because he knows what he has to do to win.
There's more shots there
punches
by Lupo, putting his opponent into the corner. Junior Witter seems to be coming forward. Now it seems like
Junior's going to get a point taken away before this fight's over.
Continuing to circle around.
Even a little bit more ginger in this fight, in this round. And Junior's been enigmatic at times. He tends to take rounds off. Maybe what we've been saying, maybe it's not exhaustion, maybe he's just taking the time, maybe he's going to come on strong for the final 2-3 rounds. Again, you never know when it comes to Junior the Hitter.
Though that might not be most advisable considering the point totals that Billy has said in this fight, it doesn't seem advisable at all to do that.
And it's a 10-round bout, so taking any round off in a 10-round fight isn't advisable at all. Good body shot by Witter, though.
Nice left hook there by Victor Lupo lands. And there's a little bit of blood now over the right eye of Junior Witter. Not too much, but there's a little stream. Could be coming out of his nose as well. Looks like there's a cut at the side of his nose, actually, from our juncture. Both men showing a little wear and tear in this bout at this point, and both men starting to tire, but Victor Lupo perhaps with a little edge and confidence at the moment.
And for Witter, if he's looking to take his time, if he's looking to be patient, what he did a second ago, that would be advisable. Looking for that uppercut or that left hand to the body. If you're going to tie up, land something first. Score points, don't get them taken away.
Getting another warning for holding. He's going to lose that point.
Interesting, though, that he got another warning. This is his second. Another wrestle to the ground, and that's the third time in this fight that we've seen Junior Witter fall to the canvas. Victor Lupo. I'm expecting a side suplex to come out soon.
He's taking a few bumps out there already.
Nice shot there by Lupo. You said it, Billy. Oh, and a shot to the back of the head right there. Could have been considered a rabbit punch there. No point will be deducted, but still. Now Lupo showing frustration right there, saying, come on, hit me. Show me what you got. I've had enough of this. And that's perhaps what Junior Witter wants. And again to the canvas. What is going on, Billy?
He's holding, and Victor's trying to get him off him. He's going to get a point taken away for holding.
Still no points deducted in this fight. Lots of clenching and holding. Junior Witter has hit the canvas 4 times, though none of them were due to Victor Lupo's punching. It was due to grappling. It's
somewhat understandable. I mean, all the switching that Junior Witter does, the erratic footwork, it's not anything that you can predict. It's not anything that is that's at all usual, normal for a fighter to see in there. It's very easy to get your feet tangled up in there against Junior Witter.
Maybe a tough round to score there, but who'd you have it for, Billy?
I had Victor.
So we're tied according to your scorecard going into the 9th round. Things are all tied up according to the panel here. And Victor Lupo is breathing hard in the corner, but as is Junior Witter, both men definitely showing that wear and tear in this bout.
And if you're Junior Witter and you're thinking about maybe getting in there with Amir Khan, suddenly you have to start having second thoughts right now, because if you're getting in there with one of the best fighters, maybe a top 10 pound-for-pound fighter, these fights have to be incredibly easy for you, and it hasn't been the case as we're tied up on Billy's scorecard.
Well, you mentioned it, Corey, talking about heavy breathing through the mouth. That's exactly what Junior Witter exhibited there as he came forward to start this 9th round. Both of them. But look at Victor Lupo. You could tell the determination in his face right now as he wants to finish this fight. He looks to have gained a second win.
But again, he needs to be scoring points. I mean, just because he's pushing Witter back to the ropes,
right, it doesn't mean he's landing
for him.
points.
Scorecard, exactly.
It's the cleaner punches out of him. But it looks like he's the one who's initiating the action. He wants to win this fight at this point.
Lupo exactly seems to be initiating a little bit more. As we head into round 9, only 2 rounds to go, the penultimate round in this championship fight between Junior Witter and Victor Lupo.
Witter's had some difficulty with running into the referee on more than one occasion here. Now, nobody's safe when you're in the ring with the hitter.
Now, Billy, with 2 rounds to go, Victor Lupo knowing that he could win this fight against such a big name, what is his mindset? Is he prone to make mistakes here? Is it to try and just keep these rounds at bay?
I think it's just keep applying the pressure, keep throwing punches.
I think the fact that he's fighting at home, guys, is also a big thing. I mean, even though he is fighting a big name, sometimes when you're fighting at home, you feel a little bit more confidence, especially in the scorecards. I'm not saying that there's any sort of, any sort of inside job going on, but people seem a little bit more confident when it comes to judging in their hometown.
Well, not only that, but this crowd has been firmly behind Victor Lupo since the start of this bout, and that is certainly the 4th man, as they say in the ring, the fans.
Really, leading up to this fight all week long, the attention has been on Victor Lupo and not Junior Witter. The local fans are familiar with Lupo.
There you go. That's it.
And there it is, 1 point deducted for holding for Junior Witter, and this does not bode well for Junior Witter's chances. Steve the Canadian Kid Molitor with a standing ovation in the corner, as if to say that was long overdue. And finally, again, Victor Lupo and Junior Witter clinching in the center of the ring, and Junior Witter doesn't seem to be letting up.
Well, as we come into the 10th, Arda, we're going to find out just what the mentality of Junior Witter is at this point in his career. How much does he have left? Because he has to believe that the scorecards, especially being on the road, he has to believe that they're close, and he has to show some desperation in the final 3 minutes.
Not only that, but from the point deducted, he has to think that he may even be behind in this bout, as round 9 will soon come to a close. And Victor Lupo, at this point, may be sensing blood.
Witter there looked very gun-shy. He had an opportunity to throw a flurry and did nothing, just waited to clinch. As he may be trying to save some energy for the final 3 minutes.
Victor Lupo with a missed shot right there. Junior Witter with a missed shot himself, and again to the canvas, but not due to the punching of Victor Lupo, but again, another punching guffaw, so to speak.
Maybe just
again
to the canvas.
And at what point is the referee going to say, I'm tired of seeing these sort of antics, and perhaps another point to be deducted? Who knows? Was that a 10-8 round for you, Billy?
Definitely. I think this fight is over. Victor's going to do the same thing this round. Junior's going to run. He's going to hold. He's exhausted. I think Victor's going to win this fight now.
If Junior's looking for a point deduction and hoping that Victor will get called for the push, you have to have given up on that at this point. We've had 9 rounds of them falling in the canvas. You have to say to yourself, this is not working. We're not buying it. If you are exhausted, it's a completely different issue, but Junior really has to turn it up here in the 10th.
He has to knock him out or hurt him.
His corner has to be telling him that this is it. You have to leave it all in the ring in this round, and this is the opportunity for you to win this fight, because it seems as though Victor Lupo may be ahead.
And my scorecard, definitely. He won the last 5 rounds. The last round he won by 2 points because of point deduction.
Junior a little slow getting off the stool, but there was certainly some desperation in his corner.
So here it is, Victor Lupo not standing on his laurels, not just riding this round out to secure a points victory. He's coming out swinging. It looks like he wants to press the action again in this round. He lands a shot right there and another flurry, but Junior Witter again on the ground, and he looks to be favoring his left knee, or no, maybe just taking a look at a scrape on his left knee as he'll get back to his feet.
Kind of getting embarrassing here.
Tried to lean into a left shot there, didn't connect. Did Junior Witter as Lupo continues to push forward, and again. And that time though, the referee calling Victor Lupo pushed him to the ground, or sort of a judo throw almost.
And it likely was, but a fighter that isn't exhausted probably remains on his feet at that point. Junior can't be looking. He has to get rid of his instinct of countering at this point. He has to start leading if he wants to get Victor out of here.
Yeah, I got to tell you, if Junior Witter is tired and he keeps hitting the canvas like that, it's more energy to get himself back up anyway.
Exactly.
And that's the 7th or 8th time that he's hit the canvas, so.
Well, he is landing with more regularity than we've seen in maybe the past 8 rounds, but those aren't knockout punches. These are scoring blows. They're solid, but this isn't going to end the fight. This isn't going to turn this around for him. He needs to get leverage. And again, down to
the fight's over. I'm telling you now, the fight is over. He doesn't want to fight. Victor wins this fight.
Well, Victor
he wants to win. You can see in his eyes he wants to win. Junior wants to survive. Punch and hold. Victor's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. Good for him.
Victor Lupo calling on the crowd to give him some support there. As this fight is under a minute left.
A 5-punch combo to the body for Victor there against Junior Witter, and you don't land 5-punch combos on the Junior Witter hold.
No.
He's just not there to be hit.
Well, nevertheless, the fans start to chant Lupo.
He's going to go down again before this round's over. He's exhausted.
"30 seconds left in this championship fight. Victor Lupo.
What was
called
that?
it, Billy. You called it.
That was nothing. You know, he doesn't want to fight anymore.
No, he's trying to look for that home run blow that he hit against Vivian Harris. And this junior winner just doesn't have it.
Billy, why hasn't the referee called off this fight then in that case? Because this is the 9th time that Junior has hit the canvas. As this fight now has been sounded and both men celebrate their victory. As this one will go to the judges' scorecards. A very interesting bout from start to finish, and it was the tale, Billy, of 2 different fights. As for the first half of the fight, Junior Witter seemed to be in his element, but though he was trying to frustrate Victor Lupo, it was Junior Witter who ended up exhausting himself.
Yeah, sure he did. The cost of pressure, Victor kept punching. He finally found his range midway through the fight, and he showed everyone, showed the judges that he wanted to win. Good win against an experienced world-class opponent. Great win.
Victor Lupo perhaps on the heels of the biggest victory of his career. He's currently sitting at 18-1-2, 9 wins via form of KO. And a loss here would drop Junior Witter to 37-4-2. As he gets congratulations from his trainer, Chris Johnson. Stablemate, the Canadian kid, Steve Molitor. A show of sportsmanship between both fighters. Though I'm not sure if Junior Witter has made many friends inside the Hershey Center tonight. Billy, what's your final score in this bout?
I have a 96-93 Victor.
96-93 for Victor Lupo.
I have a 10-8 round in the 9th round for the point deduction.
Keep in mind, fans, doing your scorecards at home, that there was a point deduction in the 8th round for Junior Witter for excessive holding. And
I personally gave him the last 6 rounds.
Victor Lupo?
Yes.
Certainly a tale of 2 fights, as we said. Victor Lupo, for the first 4 rounds, was frustrated by Junior Witter's constant circling of the ring and clenching, but it caught up to Junior Witter. Really, it seemed in the later rounds of the fight as Lupo finally found a solution.
Definitely. Pressure, aggressiveness, backing him up.
As the judges continue to tabulate their scores, and we're ready, set to go to our ring announcer, Thomas Triber.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 10 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Ron Cunningham scores it 95-95, even a draw. Judge Claude Paquette scores it 97-92, and Judge Alan Davis scores it 96-94, both in favor of your winner by majority decision, and the new WBC International Silver Welterweight Champion, Victor Lupo.
So Victor Lupo is